Hey, all you cinema buffs out there, welcome to another episode of Cinema Small Talk. So, a few things we want to talk about on the table today, including the new Solo trailer, which just came out. Solo, a Star Wars story. So, this shows a lot more of the movie. Both of us weren't too excited about this initially. It's just sort of. These Star Wars movies are coming out so fast, and there's just no excitement around them anymore because you know you're going to get another one within like 6 months almost now. So, what do you think?
I think you nailed it right there. I mean, it's only been 4 or 5 months since we got The Last Jedi, and here we are with another Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
And when Disney first, bought the rights and they were going to make a whole slew of Star Wars movies, I was super jacked. I probably wasted hundreds of dollars on just buying up memorabilia and clothing and everything I could Star Wars.
Yeah.
But then when they said that they're going to release a new one every year, I was like, how long is it going to take me to get sick of Star Wars?
Yeah.
Like, can Disney make me get sick of Star Wars? And I'm just starting to feel that now. I mean, I was against the idea of doing a Han Solo movie origin story. This appears to be anyway.
Okay.
And these trailers have not got me more excited. They haven't got me on board with the movie at all. It just, like, some of my fears I see in these trailers. What do you think?
Yeah, the first trailer, I was like, give me a break. I'm just like, am I sick of Star Wars? Probably not yet. I mean, I think that Star Wars is such an expansive universe that why are they pigeonholing themselves into these characters that everyone knows so well? Introduce new characters. This is a galaxy. You can go anywhere you want with it. But instead, they're just sticking with Han Solo. Having said that, with the second trailer, it got me kind of excited. I'm hoping that this is like a Western smugglers, like hopefully just a different take on the Star Wars genre, at least a little bit on the Western side. But there are moments in that trailer where like I see glimmer of Han Solo, like Harrison Ford's Han Solo. So I think that it has potential to maybe be a fun ride.
I don't know what you're seeing. I don't see Harrison
talking
Ford
like-
at all.
I'm seeing like
just
2
like
points.
I don't know. All the Aaron Reich. It's one of those things where I can't blame the actor from what I've seen from the trailer so far. Like you mentioned, like why Han Solo when there's this vast universe of characters. Like of all characters, why Han Solo? Like it's
People
so
love Han Solo.
I know, but that character is so synonymous with Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, out of all the original characters to do an origin story, like, that's the last one I would pick. Because it's like, no one's going to pull it off the way Harrison Ford did. He, spoiler alert, Force Awakens, he died at that. Like, let's just be done with Han Solo. Give him a beautiful send-off. And this trailer, like, it's just all these things. When they first announced this movie, I'm like, well, we're going to find out how he wins the Falcon from the trailer. It looks like we find out how he wins
Even
the
the
Falcon.
dice, I guess, we're supposed to find out all that too.
Right,
Like,
yeah, and also the, are we going to see the part where he saves Chewie and Chewie owes him the life debt and all that? Looks like we're going to get that, and...
Yeah, spoiler alert, Chewie lives.
Right, yeah, and that's
the, like, ending shot, I'm just like,
Right, that's my point, and this is, all prequels suffer from prequelitis, where it's like, I'm not compelled, because not at any point am I going to think, is Han, Chewie, and Lando going to make it? Like,
Yeah.
Of course they are, because we know they will.
Yeah.
So it takes away all the suspense, and also, I think this can ruin the character of Han Solo retroactively.
They have to make it all, like, self-beneficial to Han Solo. He still has to be a selfish character in this, because he's going to be selfish, you're right, until A New Hope.
Yeah.
Pretty much is where he starts to learn, kind of, to trust people.
Right, and I think that, if, let's say, like, hypothetically, at the end, he doesn't step up to be the hero. Maybe he leaves Lando and Emilia Clarke's character behind or something, and that's why when he sees Lando again in Empire, he's like, I don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to end like that. I don't want him to, like, step up and be the hero, because then his arc in the original is completely ruined.
Well, hopefully we can trust Ron Howard to do something like that, but I think I would have almost been more apt for them to just make a Lando movie.
Oh,
They call it
absolutely.
Lando instead of Solo. Like, and,
That's
like, have
absolutely.
Solo be a cameo.
Right.
In the whole thing, or something like that. One thing I am a little bit more excited about is that The Last Jedi gave nothing to Chewie, or for Chewie to work with. I hope this will give us a little bit more for Chewie to work with. It also has this weird shot of him and a wife, maybe, or a female counterpart of some sort. So, I don't know. I'm going to be optimistic going into it. Will it probably be, like, too much Star Wars? I'll probably be like, okay, I've had enough of Star Wars. Like, I just don't want it to turn into quantity over quality. I don't want them to start busting these things out because just the paychecks flow in. Because they will. Yes, I'm going to go see this movie. I'm going to give them my money.
Right. Yeah.
So-
This movie will still be successful. We'll see it. We'll review it. But I just can't say, just on the principle of making a Han Solo origin story, I can't back this movie. Especially after Lord and Miller got fired and replaced by Ron Howard. With them, I was like, okay, maybe it'll at least be funny.
Yeah.
It's still going to be unnecessary, but maybe it'll be funny. And now it's just like,
It might be funny.
speaking of roles made iconic by Harrison Ford, we got an update on Indiana Jones 5 this week from Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, kind of an update. Yeah.
And he said that, he's open to the idea of, like, the next Indiana Jones being a female, which is
Cool.
fine, awesome. Do what you can to get Emily Blunt to sign on, honestly.
And that's what you mentioned that even with like James Bond, like why can't it be a female? Like that'd
Right.
be cool too. So like
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, for sure.
But
the fact that Spielberg said we'd have to call her Indiana Joan baffles me. Because Jones is the last name.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you need to change it? It's not the male name. Like,
No.
So I don't understand why
It would
her
be
name
like-
couldn't be Jones.
No, it would be like Amelia Jones or something like that. Turn the first name into a female name.
Right, yeah. And if you want to keep it like it's a state, then she could be Georgia Jones.
Yeah.
Or Alabama Jones.
She still
something
could be
like
Indy.
that.
She could just be Indy
Exactly,
Jones.
yeah.
So I think that is pretty stupid.
But what do you think about them? Like, what do you think about them trying to pass the torch off to another Indiana Jones? Whether it be Emily Blunt, another female actress, or even if they just went fresh reboot with a new male actor.
I'm good with it. I think that it would be kind of a fresh take on the whole thing. Obviously, Crystal Skull didn't wow anybody, so you can't really get that much more disappointing
Yeah.
than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I know they tried to pass the torch off to Shia LaBeouf, so
Yeah.
I'm glad they're not going that route. So I'm pretty pleased with the whole idea, just not the name.
I just think that honestly, and I'm trying to say this in the nicest way possible, but the Indiana Jones movies are kind of dated in that I think that they were made for the analog era.
Okay.
And that they're a throwback to these old serials that Lucas and Spielberg would hear on the radio as their kids.
Yeah.
Because when we rewatched the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, one thing that really stuck out to me was the sound effects, like the leather. Yeah, those
Yeah.
punching effects. I'm like, that doesn't fit in today's movies. So
Right.
it's one of those things where, I think the Indiana Jones movies, the first three at least, are fine by themselves. I don't think they need to make any more.
No.
But now that they are going to make more, whether we like it or not, I wish they would adapt them to the digital age. I feel like with Spielberg coming back to do this one again, he's still going to try to recreate that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a bygone era.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate too because it is such like that romping adventure. You don't really see it that much, and I think the last time I saw it truly was a Spielberg movie, and that was Tintin. It was like when I'm like, okay, like this is a kids / young adult movie that's fun, and it's this like spanning adventure, but very in the like, will he make it off the train? Join us next week, like
Right.
type of way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if that fits with us anymore, but it makes me sad that it doesn't. It's not appealing anymore. And speaking of new trailers and a new era of action movies, quite possibly, we have the trailer for The Meg, starring Jason Statham. So I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because I feel like I'm hoping that these filmmakers, we're getting a lot of these big movies, especially with The Rock, obviously, or Jason Statham, where it's like Rampage or The Meg or Skyscraper or something like that, where it's like, are we coming back to the era of like 80s, 90s big, beefy action movies that are just like over the top? I'm wondering, in the 80s, did the filmmakers know they were making something so ridiculous like with Commando or something like that, where it's just like this one-man army is going to take out this entire island of people? Or are they taking this seriously? What do you think about this trailer?
I'm actually kind of excited for this movie.
Yes, you're excited about it.
Like I can see this being a good guilty pleasure type movie.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, I was bored looking for something to watch when I to fall asleep to, and I watched Deep Blue Sea. And that movie, it's not great by any
No.
means, but it's fun, disposable, kind of entertaining movie. And I
Yeah.
think that The Meg is like going to be on that board where it's just like, there's going to be excitement. Like, I mean, I'm not a fan of the ocean, and so just having completely taken place in the water and
Yeah.
having this giant shark, like I'm kind of excited for it. And if we are going back to this like era of these, kind of disposable 90s action movies where it's fine if they're not trying to launch a franchise. I don't
Yeah.
want Skyscraper 2,
No, right,
Even though
yeah.
that looks like, hey, The Rock is remaking Die Hard. But,
Yeah.
But still, if we are going back to this era, I kind of like it.
I know.
I hope we get big dumb movies like this that are just like, throw a bunch of popcorn in your face and enjoy the show.
Yeah, me too. And that my excitement, it's like half serious, half phony for Rampage, just because I think it looks like a fun movie. And I'm okay with fun, disposable, stupid movies, especially in the theater. And with Meg, I think that it looks really fun. And there's actually a moment in the trailer where, you see the shark in the window. And, like, there actually is this level of, like, damn, that's a big shark. Like,
Right.
this is going to be an entertaining movie. Look at how... And then there's a big squid, and there's all this, like, these things going on. And just, I don't know, to get this cast to sign on for this, it doesn't look like this was... Even when you talk about Deep Blue Sea, that was, like, a really difficult movie to film. It's a lot of water. It's a lot of, like, grueling days underwater or wet or in wetsuits or anything like that. So, like, the actors have to want to do this. And
Right.
there's some decent actors in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
Rainn Wilson, I'll watch anything he's in.
I'll throw, and Jason Statham pretty much in anything, especially an action movie.
Right.
I wish he would go back to comedies because, like, he was great in Spy. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
man, I forgot how funny Jason
He's
Statham
got good
is.
timing. Yeah.
So I do like him in an action or a comedy, and so for the movie like this, like, this looks ridiculous. It looks like it'd be stupid, but I think Jason Statham can carry it on his shoulders.
I think so too, and I think that the trailer alone is obviously interjecting a lot of comedy in this whole thing. Just the tagline being "Chomp on this," and like, that old school song and everything playing during the whole like spring break time and all that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an entertaining movie. I'm glad you're excited because I know you're not excited about Rampage to the point where you're not even going to see it anymore.
Well,
I'm just going to review it alone.
I might see it. I mean, if you
Right.
give it a good review, who knows? I might check it out. But, well, with Rampage, up until, Tomb Raider from this year, like, my big beef against Rampage is, like, it's a video game movie. Why would you have anything but, bottom of the barrel expectations for it?
Yeah.
But I guess with Tomb Raider, I'm like, all right, it could be okay, like Tomb Raider was.
Yeah, I think that Tomb Raider was okay, but with Rampage, I like it because it's such an old game. There is no plot to this game, so the filmmakers can make it what they want to make it. They don't have to follow, like, Tomb Raider was beat for beat almost one of the Tomb Raider games.
Right.
They really followed closely to the video game. With this, you're talking about like a side-scrolling, 16-bit video game. Do whatever you want with it.
Buffs.
All right, so that's it for another edition of Cinema Small Talk. What did you guys think about the topics we discussed? You excited for Solo and the Meg? What do you feel about a female Indiana Jones? Go ahead, leave all your comments down below.
Yeah, and we'll keep bringing you these cinema small talks along with, of course, tons of new reviews coming up in the future. So look out for those. But remember, wherever you are, whatever you're doing,
Watch more movies.